Hi friends, today we're going to be working on our vocabulary words for our new weekly story, Music. Okay, so our first vocabulary word is vibration. The drummer feels the vibration of the drums and cymbals when he hits them. Now vibration, of course, is a movement. Something's moving and shaking. So our motion for vibration is you're going to shake your hand and you're going to shake it. So vibration. Okay, our next word is tune. He played the same tune over and over again as he learned the new song. Now a tune is kind of like the actual notes of the song and how the song sounds. Okay, so for our motion for tune is we're going to hum a little bit. So we're going to hum Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. So that's the tune. So we have vibration and tune. All right, our next word is volume. The girl didn't hear her mom because the volume of the music was too loud. So the volume is how loud or soft something is. So we're going to say volume, loud, soft. Okay, volume, loud, soft. All right, so our next word is expression. The voices of the singers were so powerful and had so much expression. So expression is kind of when you're showing feelings. So we're going to make a couple different feelings in our face, and you can see an expression on someone's face as well. So I want you to make a really excited face. Expression. You could also do a really sad one because that's an expression too. But so we have vibration, tune, volume, loud, soft, and expression. Maybe we could do this to show our face expression. All right, number 5 is creative. Our music teacher told us to be creative, so we made up a new song to play. Creative is when you're using your mind to just make something new, right? So creative, we're going to say, point to our mind and say, make something new. Ready? Creative. Make something new. Just kind of expressing yourself. Number 6 is performance. The musicians played their best during the performance on the stage. Performance is when you're showing your talent, showing what you're doing for an audience, right? So there's an audience. So for performance, you're going to pretend you're on stage and you're going to kind of clap. Now, the reason we're doing that is because I want you to remember that there's an audience with a performance, so you're pretending you're the audience. Ready? Performance. So we have vibration, tune, volume, loud, soft, expression, and then performance. And then creative, make something new. Number 7 is concentrate. The girl is focusing on the music. She has to concentrate to learn it. So if you're concentrating, you're really focusing your mind. So we're going to kind of have our tunnel vision is like focus. So concentrate. Okay? All right, and our last one is relieved. The conductor was relieved that the musicians played the music correctly. And so we're going to go like this. Because if you're relieved, you're glad that it happened, right? So you were worried, but now you're not. So relieved. You're kind of like, whew, relieved. Okay? So we're going to go through the definitions and practice our emotions one more time, and then we're going to work on our triggers. All right, so the first one is vibration, a movement made by sound. Performance, music played for an audience. Volume, loud or soft, right? And it says how loud or quiet a sound is. Expression, showing of feelings. Concentrate, pay attention. Tune, a melody, so all right, creative, make something new, and of course it means original. And then relieved, free from worry, right? So you were worried and you're not anymore, all right? So now it's time to get a piece of paper and do our triggers. Okay, so remember, as always, you want your piece of paper to be folded like a horizontal hamburger twice so that when you unfold it, you have 8 different boxes, right? All right, so let's use blue. So our first word is vibration. All right, so for vibration, we're going to use a new trigger today. We're going to use an action words. Okay, so we're going to use our action words trigger. So we're going to think of action words or verbs that would go along with vibration, right? So we think of shake, move, hit maybe, because if you're hitting the drum, it'll make it shake. Stir, quake, think of like an earthquake, has a vibration. If you can think of any other action words, feel free to add them to your trigger. The next word is tune, and we're going to use a circle map because we're going to give examples of tune. So we have tune in our main circle, and then we have our outer circle. So think of things that have tunes. Radio, there's a tune on there. Songs have tunes. Music has a tune. You can hum a tune. Remember, that's the actual melody of the song. So we could put melody. All right, our next word is going to be volume. And we're going to use a sketch trigger for this because I want to draw a picture of a speaker with a volume dial. And that's, we can put numbers on it because, you know, the higher the number, the louder the sound, the louder the volume. And we're going to label it with loud or soft, and making sure that it's clear that when the volume is higher is when it's louder, and when the volume is lower, it's when it's softer. Okay? All right, our next word is expression. All right, and we're going to use just examples. Okay, and think of expression as just showing a feeling. So examples of feelings would be happy, excited, glad. We also can have some maybe more negative emotions, but that's a show of feeling. So sad, even angry. So these are emotions. Remember, I know I go kind of quick, but you can always pause to catch up, remember. Because we would take time to do this in class, but obviously this is a video. All right. So the next word we have is creative, and we're going to use an acrostic trigger. Now remember, when we do an acrostic, you have the option to kind of make it the middle word a different color so it's easier to see where the actual word is. So you can say creative, and of course if you're just using your pencil, that's fine. Maybe make the middle word letters like this a little darker. So our word creative. So let's think of some words and things that go along with being creative. Well, if I'm being creative, making something new, I'm, creating it. So create. Something original. All right, so original is good. We can use that for our O, original. Something that's never been seen before. So that's another one. You could say that it's new. You could say it's made up, right? Because you made it up. I think it's important to try when you're creative, right? Just try anything, do what you want to do, and really express yourself. I think that when you're creative, it's really unique. I think it's pretty fun to be creative, so I'm going to put very fun. And I think that when you're a creative, you really express yourself, which is awesome. It's a really important thing to be able to do. All right, so that's creative. For performance, our next word, we're going to do an analogy. All right, so remember that's like our bridge map. And we're going to say performance is in front of an audience, because remember, performance has an audience, as practice is by yourself, right? You don't practice in front of other people unless you have a teacher and you're working with them. But when you're actually, that's more of a lesson. So when you're practicing, you're by yourself. So performance is in front of an audience as practice is by yourself. All right, our next word is concentrate. And we're going to use an equation. Okay? So when you concentrate, you have to focus your mind. So we can say focus plus mind equals concentrate. And another one you could do is a student has to focus in class. So student plus class equals concentrate, because you have to be able to focus and concentrate on what you're doing. All right, and our last one is going to be relieved. All right, and we're going to use another new trigger, our phrases trigger. Okay, so think of some things you might say, some phrases you might say. If you're relieved, you're not worried anymore. So you could say, oh, thank goodness. So thank goodness, or I was so relieved. The key word being, or I was so worried. The key word being was, because when you're relieved, you're not worried anymore. Okay, so if you could think of some more examples of that, that would be awesome. All right, friends, as always, work hard, do your best, and have a great rest of your day.